Hi everyone, my name is Jaggi. We're here in Montreal. This is an office that different groups use to organize, and I'm part of Solidarity Cross Borders and No One's Legal Montreal, and both those groups are supporting an effort called Justice for the Victims of Police Killings.
I'm Andrea. I'm also part of No One's Legal and Solidarity Cross Borders.
And my name is Sarita.avi, and I'm also part of the same collectives.
And what kind of work are you guys doing right now?
I think we're going to talk about two things. We'll talk about our campaign for Solidarity City, and we'll talk about some of the work we're doing in support of victims of police killings. So maybe I'll start with Solidarity City and leave the victims of police killings to Andrea, and then Sarita can fill in all my things I'll miss out in saying. But basically, we do a lot of support work in Solidarity Cross Borders. That means working with people who are in detention or facing deportation, and doing all the things that someone does in a support role. You know, you're sort of a part-time psychologist, a part-time lawyer, a part-time friend, a babysitter, all of it. And that's work that happens all the time. And we're actually coming off a week of really intense support work with Paula Ortiz, a Mexican woman who just recently deported yesterday, actually. But the model of doing support work, you know, the mutual aid and solidarity, the organizing you do around an individual person or family, that's a microcosm of what we should be building throughout the city and throughout our movements and throughout the world, basically. But we'll start with our city. And Solidarity City sort of weaves together the microcosm of support work that I talked about and supporting people. It also borrows from the idea of the sanctuary city. It borrows from the concept of right to the city, and it's basically assuring that every single individual, regardless of the papers that they have, regardless of their immigration status, are able to live in full dignity, with full rights, and with full access to services. So we've been slowly building this campaign, building on support work of the past, and that's one strong effort of ours in the past couple of years.
And as No One is Legal, we've been really active with the October 22nd coalition. It started a few years ago after the Forum Against Police Violence and Impunity. And it was like an effort of the families of people killed by the police got together and wanted to organize something in remembrance of the people, of their family members. So we decided to organize with them. We've been organizing, it's the second year we're doing this. And it's basically organize a vision and a march and sort of support the families of people killed by the police in Montreal, and like sort of to fight against police brutality and impunity, which is something that in Montreal and I guess also elsewhere is like pretty big.
Yeah, and just to add that, I think, well, No One is Illegal started about 10 years ago now, and it was a collective that was really crucial and central to bringing the voices of victims or those that have been victimized by the system to the forefront here on the political landscape of Montreal, because there's a lot of anti-poverty organizing or anti-gentrification that's institutionalized in Quebec, and those that are excluded from those movements because of racism still in the anti-capitalist movement were able to come out and articulate their concerns and their struggles and their realities with the support of No One is Legal. And it was, like I said, instrumental to the formation of a common front, which today is the network of Solidarity Cross Borders. That specifically highlights the struggle against deportation and detention, but also now with the fusion of anti-police brutality work, anti-poverty work, anti-immigration work. There's a clear demand for the end of double punishment, or double jeopardy, being punished twice for a crime. So if you spent time in the hole in prison, then the state moves to deport you, which I know in the States many people know this struggle. And so here Solidarity Cross Borders is bringing that to the table as another part of the struggle to bring down the system.
I also want to say why I think we were particularly inspired by you guys and your organizing and some of the information that you shared with us today. There's a few aspects of it that I found really resonated. One was the importance of cross-sectoral work. So you see the links, and we're working to see the links between gentrification, internal displacement within the city, and being displaced as a migrant. Those alliances on all levels as being a worker, the different identities that we have, and the issues that we have to organize around, police violence, criminalization, the prison industrial complex, all those are closely linked. So that was really, that really resonated with us. The second one was coalition work. So we definitely, as a group, are anti-colonial, anti-racist. We want to bring down all borders. We don't believe in states. We believe ultimately in self-determination of all. So those are our views, but we do work with others who might not be there and share those views, but do valuable things, and we know that we're stronger when we do that work, and we're engaged in the messiness of coalition work, and that's pretty crucial. Also, there are 4 things that I sort of summarize as like a no one's legal analysis, and really quickly, like basically borders are inherently violent, nation states are oppressive, people have the right to move if they want, to resist being moved, and to return back to their homes. So those are 3 parts of the no one's legal analysis. But it's the 4th one where all 3 of those resonated with what you guys said, but the 4th one also is really important, and that is, in opposition to the way we have identities imposed on us, we're always struggling to articulate our own self-determined identities. And we do that as collectivities, so the self-determination of the Palestinian people. In Quebec, we speak of the self-determination of the Quebecois. But also as individuals, and the variety of ways we are self-determined. So I know that I've learned through no one's legal analysis to learn a lot from queer struggles and the way we question the other borders and boundaries and barriers that are up there that we don't even acknowledge. So those are just some ways that we really felt like, even though we just met you guys, that we've kind of known you for a long time, because the kinds of things you were talking about were definitely were resonating with us.
Okay. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah.